Well, with no further ado, as they're here and as they've been introduced, ladies and gentlemen, the players of the World Esports Table Tennis Championships. Please, have a seat. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Welcome. So we saved the stars for the last session. Welcome. We're all incredibly excited. I guess you are more focused on your performance and than coming here, but I can tell you that over the past 48 hours, we've had a lot of questions, a lot of news, a lot of insights on esports in general, on virtual reality table tennis, and a bit on yourself, but we would like to hear it from you. Before opening the panel, because I think you all have a lot of questions for our player, let me introduce them. At the very end is Wlad from Brazil. Come on. That was the most exciting match yesterday, the semi-final between, the quarterfinal, sorry, between Wlad and Nathan. Wlad, you had 3 match points. Sorry to mention it.
It hurts a lot, but it is what it is, right?
Thank you for being here with us. Then we have our local star, Andre, known as Lembo, should I say? All right. You're from Sweden. You are the host wildcard. Where are you from exactly?
I'm from Örebro.
Okay.
In the mid part of Sweden.
I think you have a microphone on your chair.
I'm sitting.
Yeah, that's not working.
Yeah, I'm from the mid part of Sweden in Örebro.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us. Then on his immediate left, right, Nathan Natping, should I say? Yes. That's your game name? Yes. Thank you. A round of applause. Come on, he won. He's going to be in a all-French semi-final against, right next to me, Antonin, known as Anto, who is our world number 1 at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, exactly.
The world number 1 on stage, ladies and gentlemen. You have a lot of people in front of you, but you're also online, so I would like to ask you all to speak in the microphone so our guests online can hear what you have to say. Is there already a question? Do you want me to ask them about their preparation first? All right, let's go right there.
Thank you. For the players, I think this is the first time I'm asking, do I say a virtual question? Mine would be in terms of like in your careers you're playing. Usually, if it is the normal one, we would have a plan of retirement that I'll play until a certain age and get out of the sport, maybe become a coach, maybe continue with my other work, maybe education and the rest. I just needed to know with esport if there's something like that. Then the second question would be at this particular moment, do you have sponsors, or as you play, do you also seek for sponsors to come on board? Then finally, the third one would be as you play, is there a big difference with the virtual and the actual in table tennis?
Does someone want to start? Maybe we'll spread the question. Antonin, the last one was the difference between virtual and real life table tennis. Actually, how should I say to differentiate them? Table tennis and VR table tennis and real life table tennis? Because if we say real table tennis, it's not very positive for VR. What do you prefer?
Oh, table tennis and VR table tennis.
All right. So what's the difference between those two practices for you, as I know you're practicing both?
Yeah, I play much more in real life than VR. I think it's close, but there is a little bit difference about the timing, like the sensation with the paddle, with the racket in the end. The contact with the ball is not the same. When you need to be more precise on real life with the fingers when you touch the ball, but yeah, it's really close to the real life.
Would you like to add something, or you all share this, Wlad? Yes.
Yeah, the physics of the game is amazing, but those tiny details, like millimeters, milliseconds, is still not exactly as in real life. So we had a great experience a month ago in Brazil. You all should know Hugo Yama, one of the best players Brazil ever had, and we met in a big event and we played together. And he was playing VR for the first time. And he's very talented. He's around his 50s now, I guess. And he was immediately having fun and hitting balls, and it was super nice. But the milliseconds and millimeters of the physics of the game, slightly different from real life. Technically, it's the same, but slightly different. So you have to adjust the angle a little bit. The ball trajectory is like slightly different, maybe drops faster a little bit. That makes the whole difference between winning or losing a point in real life and in VR. So we all need a little bit of adaptation, some adjustments to be able to play your best game in VR as you do in real life. And that requires effort, of course. It requires training, requires dedication. And you have to figure out how to adjust your game. Technically and strategically, it's pretty much the same, which is absolutely amazing. But that's the difference between a guy like Ugoyama and an average player like me, an average player in real life. I can beat Ugoyama in VR pretty easily now, but because of these small details,
of those adjustments.
But of course, as talented as he is, if he dedicates to VR, if he finds his way to adjust all those little things, of course he would beat me. But just like he does in real life, right? But it requires some adaptations, and that's amazing because I would never be number 10 in the world in real life ever. First, because I'm 46 years old. I'm the oldest guy here, right, for all the players. So yeah.
Actually, is it possible? How old are you? 46, if it's okay to ask. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
I'm 20.
And same as 20.
All right, just out of curiosity. There was a question about the sponsoring. Does any of you has any sponsors?
Yes.
Yes? Is it okay to say which
Yeah,
one?
Go.
Go, okay.
Go table tennis.
No?
Not yet.
No sponsor.
Yeah, STIGA is sending me clothes, beautiful Swedish clothes.
Because I have a local crowd.
Yeah, because I have a YouTube channel dedicated only for VR table tennis. So I posted videos and tutorials and training programs as well. So we have a ball machine tool inside the game that we can program and do some training programs. And you can download my ball machine settings for those videos on YouTube. So you know what I mean. And then STIGA sends me clothes because in the videos I have my avatar and me in real life playing at the same time. So that's why I have those beautiful clothes. But it's not exactly a sponsorship. I mean, it is somehow. Right?
Yeah, but it's interesting what you're bringing about. So there is the real world and there is the virtual world. This partnership with Geo, do they request you to wear it on yourself, your body, but also for your avatar to wear it?
No, now it's complicated in the game because the first sponsor of the game is STIGA. So you have. I don't think there is a STIGA shirt on the game.
We don't have a STIGA shirt.
Yeah,
we don't have STIGA clothes in the game.
But
No.
we have STIGA paddle, Cyber Shape, on the game. Maybe it's coming for the sponsor. Maybe go
Room for revenue.
come on.
So it's been your first day yesterday. Let's have a look at the competition, and then I would like to ask you how you prepare for this event.
I never saw this in my life, so I'm really surprised.
I think it's great to see ITTF investing into the VR world. It's rapidly growing. There's hundreds of thousands of players around the world playing VR table tennis.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a really good experience. Every event in real life, it's crazy to be with the players in real life. Every time we play behind the screen, and now we see each other.
You can feel the atmosphere. There's been a lot of fans coming from Sweden here to come to watch. When you're actually in the arena, you can feel it more. You can hear the players shouting. You can really feel the atmosphere.
Lembo, When you hear that this event is happening in your country and you received a wild card, how did you prepare for it?
At first, I got nervous, and then I got excited. So I tried to play a lot, minimizing my like mistakes I do in the game and stuff like that before the game, before coming here. So train a lot at home in my living room, and just mentally prepare to be on a stage playing, and not in my home environment where I'm in my safe spot and stuff like that.
Can you quantify this preparation? You say you trained a lot. Do you have a number of hours per day, per week?
A day, I would say I could play like for 4 or 5 hours, just constantly. I have like the battery on the headset works for like 2 hours, and then I like plug it in and charge it, take a break, and then I go for it again. So just playing a lot.
Nathan, you're the only one on this stage that went through the entire round of qualification. So for those who may not remember, before this event with the final 8 players, there was an online qualifiers with 212 players. Nathan here is actually one of the 2 players that qualify through this. How did you prepare? How long did it take? Walk us through this, and why did you set your eyes on being one of the first players at this event here?
Yes, during the qualification tournament, my 3 last games were very, very difficult. So I needed to play a lot to be prepared. And for my last match, I tried to play every day before, something like 1 or 2 sessions a day for maybe doing 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. And after, when I knew that I went to Sweden, I tried to play every day before the tournament to be ready yesterday and today.
So you can see this online qualification we've put from data because yesterday we were asked for it. So I'd like to thank Dora, by the way, for putting these slides together. It was this qualification stage online. How did you proceed? Like you had to agree on a date with another player, right? And a meeting moment. How does, walk us through, because we're table tennis people, you know, at a tournament, you have a schedule, you're told where to, how do you manage that on your own players to players?
Yeah, we are talking with Discord or something else, and we have to know that, for example, my last match was against an Australian player, so we are not the same time. So we need to find a date and a good hour for both of us to play, and we fix it at least 2 days before the match, and after we go to the room at the same time, and one streamer is here to stream the match in Twitch, and we play.
Let me open the floor for question if there's another question coming. Yes, right here.
Thank you very much for sharing with us your experience. I just like to have from each one of you suggestion from you to how we can improve our e-sport and table tennis, and I would be appreciate that if you can. Thank you very much.
Maybe starting with Vlad. First of all, is it your first in real life event?
Yes.
So
yes,
any feedback as per requested?
Sorry?
Do you have any feedback to share? As just context to know if it was your first time doing an in real life event, but now you've been through this experience. Do you have any suggestions?
It's different than playing from my living room in Brazil, for sure. I don't know. For me, it was quite easy. I mean, emotionally and everything was. I was so happy that being there and playing. That it's such an honor to be part of the first ever World Championships. You know, it's history. So thank you. And I remember when I got a message from Sulik inviting
Arthur
me.
that we've seen earlier. Arthur Sulikovsky
Arthur
is known
Sulikov.
as Sulik in game.
Yeah, and I remember him sending me a message. I was in bed, like waking up and checking messages and checking my students and everything, and I was like, that's not possible. You know, this is VR. It's supposed to be a video game, you know, and it's growing so fast. So it was such a pleasure to come here and play. I didn't feel any extra pressure being on stage. The same I have in my living room. It's just like, you know, you are aware of everyone is watching you. But we have sort of that when we play the regular tournaments every month because they stream the matches. So we are alone in the house playing. And here was like more space, especially for me. I don't have that much space when I play at home. So it was kind of the feeling was like kind of a freedom and happiness together. I don't know how to say it, but I didn't feel any extra pressure actually. And all the organization was everything in place, and everything was beautifully organized. So it was very comfortable actually. I think.
Thank you. Sorry, I just asked you all the players. We were asked for feedback. Andre, so was it your first time in real life?
Yes, this was the first time.
Do you have any feedback to share?
Just as Wlad said, it was a great honor to get picked up to play here. And no, I was more surprised of the professionalism and stuff about it. And it was really cool, like see the engagement from ITTF also and everyone here, getting notice of esport and 11VR and the game, and now you know it is a thing, and it's happening, and it's the future.
Nathan, was it your first in real life experience, and any feedback or suggestions?
No, it's my second big event. The first one was in Düsseldorf during the during the European Table Tennis Challenge. And for my feedback, the conditions are very, very good. The organization is great, and at the first time, I was a bit afraid to fall out of the area of the stage, but after I tried, my fear disappeared, and so everything went very, very great.
So possibly a bigger stage. Anto?
I'm the luckiest. It's my third event in real life. I was in Singapore for the Olympic Esports Week last year in 2023. Sorry. Same as Nathan during the European Championship in Düsseldorf, and now in Sweden. When I start the VR table tennis, I'm like Wlad, just play for fun, and now I make competition all around the world. So yeah, it's crazy, the organization. It's good. Crazy. The old is awesome. Everything is good.
Thanks. And I managed to top yesterday because here you have not 2 but 3 French people speaking in English just for you. So the question, George. Sorry, I just wanted to in the microphone because we have people online too. Yeah. No, speak in the microphone, please. Yeah.
It's just maybe if I understood the question right, what they're expecting from us to do next. Not.
Oh yes, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. My bad. So, maybe let me check one thing. Do you know the term member association, and are you in touch with your national federation? And this gentleman here would like to know, what do you expect from those national bodies to do to support you, to support the practice? Someone wants to start?
Yeah. in Brazil, we are starting a big project now for VR. We just had the first national tournament last week, and we are planning to have lots of big tournaments next year with free registration and some money prize as well. And I think money can be, well, money is always a big thing, right? But especially in VR now, because let's say in Brazil, to make some money in tournaments, to win some money prize, you have to be the top player. So let's say we have a competition with level A, B, C, D, E, F. Only A players can make some money in tournaments, right? It's not huge money, but it's something. And now the strategy is offering some money prizes in VR as well to attract these real-life players to VR. Because it's much faster to grow the level of competition if you bring those very technical real-life players to VR. They can adjust much faster. And we expect just more competition and showing people what VR means. Because if you tell someone that never heard about it, a table tennis player, they're gonna think it's just a video game. I had questions like, but do you play standing or you sit in a chair? You know, like they have no idea what's happening. And when they watch, and after last night, I had so many messages from all over the place saying, that's amazing. So you are really playing that thing, you know, sweating and making an effort and all the preparation, because our preparation, it's just like normal real-life table tennis. You know, we go to the gym to work out, lifting weights, yoga, and lots of things. And it's pretty complex, actually. And it's just the same. So we just expect the federations to show people what it is. And that's going to be enough, because the technology is there already. Technically, is the same. Of course, it's going to improve. Maybe 5 years from now, they're going to watch this first tournament and say, oh, look at the size of those glasses. Like, it's huge. How could they play with that huge thing in their heads? Because it's going to get better, right? But if you just show people, and this is one thing we are doing in Brazil. For the past 6 months, I'm going with them for every single tournament, like real-life tournament. And we had a place in the corner there just to have some VR headsets to make people wear those headsets and hit some balls and, you know, like playing matches in VR just to try for the first time. And 100% of the players, they get amazed by the technology, the quality of the game. And I think this is going to be enough. And time will tell and make it grow naturally, let's say. You know, we just need to be shown.
Do you agree it might be enough, or do you have any other ideas on how, maybe in different countries, different territories?
Well, the Swedish Association were up here yesterday and talked some about it, how the plan is moving forward here in Sweden. And they have a plan, and it looks really good. I think the biggest thing will be like to get people to understand and know what it is, like education about what VR and esports is, just like we are doing here. So, and just as Wlad said, get it more noticeable, and I think it will grow a lot by that. Just.
Did you receive any, maybe the two of you, as you're going to play each other with this semi-final, have you received from your friends or people that usually don't really follow you on esports some feedback like, oh, wait, I heard about these World Championships. Has it attracted a new light on you, maybe? Not yet?
No, not yet. We will see.
Okay, we'll work harder on today's semi-final and final for sure. Do we have any question in the audience? More question for our players? Well, I have one for you. how did you get started? Is it always through table tennis, or is any one of you has actually started with VR table tennis straight?
For Ento and I, we played table tennis, and we are playing table tennis right now since we are 6, 7 years old. We play for 2 clubs they are so close, so we know each other since a long time, and so we are first of all table tennis players, and now we do the both.
And you once started with VR straight?
No. I am a table tennis player from the beginning also. But then during the lockdown, during COVID, we didn't have we didn't get to practice in the halls and stuff like that. And then I had to find some other option to be able to play table tennis. And this was it. Yeah.
So we had the World Championships, but this is not the only event. Can you describe what's your regular competition schedule during the year? Maybe Anto, as you have been at the Olympic Esports Week, so it's been about a year. What has been that year like for you from a competition perspective as a elite player?
Every month you have monthly tournaments. We make maybe if you win the tournament, maybe 7, 8 matches during the month. So yeah, I think it's enough for the preparation for these events, because the level it's go up since 2 years. I start maybe 3 years ago, and yeah, the level is up every time, every day. There is new players, and yeah, it's nice to see that for the game and also for the players.
Do you all follow this monthly? Are you all together in those events usually?
Yeah, we play together, and it's nice because it's not like a regular table tennis tournament that you have to be there all day and play. We have like a few days to schedule, to send message to each other, say, oh, when can you play, because of the time zone difference as well. So, and it runs along we play those 7, 8 matches along the month. To finish the tournament. Yeah, because let's say group stage, we have to play 3 or 4 matches, and then we have like 10. There's a deadline, so we have like 10 days to talk to each other and say, oh, when can you play? And then we play, and then we send the results to Sulik, to the organizer, the events director, and then after that they finish the group stage, go to playoffs. And then 3 days to play the quarterfinals, and then we have to arrange the matches. They stream the matches as well for the community, so yeah.
As you say, the level is getting better and better, and you're now at a World Championships. You see this is growing. As any of you, maybe being here, as is starting maybe to change a bit its mindset and to think about doing this even more seriously, not that you're not doing it already, but starting to think not just the practice of the game, but dietetics, any sleep pattern, any very like an elite athletes beyond this player concept. Have you started thinking about that to be ready even maybe for the future Olympic esports games?
Yes, I think it's going to be like this way, because it's more and more competitive, and a lot of very good players are coming, and I think and I hope in the future we will need to have good dietetics, good sleep, and everything like a real table tennis professional player.
Do you have a coach?
Not in VR.
Not in VR? Do you? Any of you?
I'm coaching actually. Not yeah. I miss having a coach actually. If anyone wants to be my coach, please step up, because it's hard to be alone. But to circle back
to that question about the member association, is that something you would like to have more opportunities to be offered, like to have coaching and to have?
Absolutely.
All of you? Yeah. Okay.
But I think it's close to the real life. Like I'm training all day in real life, and if I improve in real life, I think it's gonna help me in VR. So I don't know if I need a VR coach for real, but if I have a coach in real life, I think it's the same things. It will be That's gonna be help me in VR also. So I don't know if I need to coach in VR.
I see we're having questions again over there, please.
As I think most of us in the room would agree that sleep, concentration, focus is a very important part of game. And with yoga becoming popular, along with pranayama, it has more impact. So do any of you all follow that, or do you know of any of your colleagues who follow that? Thank you.
I think this question is for me. I'm a yoga teacher for over 25 years, and I think it's a big part of my preparation. All the breathing exercise, pranayama, as you mentioned, and all the meditation aspect, relaxation. Actually, just before the match, I was lying down in the backstage, trying to relax, trying to focus, building the strategy in my head, like visualizing everything. I think this is important for every single athlete. I wish I had that when I was a teenager playing. And I was just talking to, I had a pleasure to meet a guy yesterday at the hotel's gym, actually. He is a sports psychologist. And I was telling him that I'm doing therapy for the last 2 years. And not for playing. It's just, but it messes up everything in your life. You just have to walk through everything again, And I wish I had that too. So I think yoga, things like yoga could be very important. Psychology, like therapy for athletes, for young athletes, please do that. It's so important. I wish I had that when I was a teenager as well, because emotionally, some athletes are just not good enough. You need to work this in a more specific professional way. It was my case. I was always like shaking when I was competing when I was younger, and it's still hard nowadays. I mean, I think I'm gonna the last competition of my life is gonna be the same toughness, like lots of things to deal inside. And I think I'm almost 50 years old. Come on. Like I have to control those feelings, but it's not that. It's not that easy, because you have to be 100% focused all the time, and if you can have one more tool to help you, it's one more chance to win. It's one more chance to perform better, because it's not about losing or winning. I guess sport is like being your best version, and. If Netping beat me yesterday, he was better than me. But I was so happy because that was my best version. It wasn't enough, but it was my best version. And that's good enough, and thank you. And at the end of the day, if you win but you don't play well, you don't feel happy. Because you were not 100% there. It's a daily separation for practice, tournaments, and everything. Yeah.
And it was truly a wonderful match yesterday, like a nail biter. Really, it really makes the semi-final very, very exciting. In the interest of time, because we do have a competition in the World Championships, do we have any more question? And can I ask you maybe? Well, I already given you George short one, please. Yeah. In the microphone, please.
I would like to, from their experience, since many of them are table tennis players, they are still practicing both, how we can assure coaches to let their players to play this game, because he was talking about the rhythm is not the same, so this is too much important for the coaches, for their players at high levels to have the same rhythm. So how we can assure these players, if they play VR, it will not influence negatively on their game. Thank you.
Do you feel a negative impact after playing VR when you go back to table tennis?
Yeah. I think that's why I don't play so much in VR. I make only matches. When I start the game, I train a lot in VR, like 50-50. When I stop the training in real life, I put the headset. After I hit, after I go in table tennis in real life, after I make the VR, I was like, it's not the same. The timing is different. Maybe 10 minutes at the beginning of the real life training, I need to adjust my movement. That's why now I train less on VR. I make only matches. But yeah, I think it's balanced. You need to find the balance between both. And yeah, but it's difficult if you play only VR and after you come on table tennis. My point of view.
Nathan, do you share that sensation?
Yeah. When I started in VR, I played a lot during 1 week, like maybe 6 or 8 hours a day. And after, when I restarted to play real table tennis, it was very, very difficult for me because I didn't have the same movement and the same shots. But right now, I can handle with table tennis and virtual table tennis because I found my stability, and I know how to play in real life and how to play in virtual table tennis. But we need time to.
But you found it, so it's possible. Because circle back to the question, it was about how to find coach that can make you sure that you manage to do that transition. So it's possible to achieve it.
Yes, of course. Yes.
I think you need to find your balance. Like it's not the same for all of us, I think.
All right. Any last word of what will be the highlight of this event for you? I mean, maybe asking not the two of you because the highlight could be later, but Andre, maybe?
For me, it's the whole thing, I think. All this and everything around it, getting the sports getting highlighted at this stage is really cool. So that's the highlight for me.
Wlad, in a word?
After a tough loss, when you have 3 match points, it's just the pleasure. I think when we get through a tough match like this, so many things going on, we just feel connected at the end. You know, when we finished the match, I just wanted to congratulate him and hug him and say, "Man, thank you." You know, I think the end of the match was the highlight for me. Being able to hug each other and congratulate each other. This is all sports all about, right?
Thank you very much, and please, everybody, at 3:45 for the first semi-final between Natping and Ento. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Please do not hesitate to give another round of applause and to approach them. They're here for the whole day. Ask your question, exchange. I had a great time, but it's also time to wrap this esports summit. It's been 2 days for the